I wanted to show you what it looks like to get partway through a FeedbackFruits peer review project. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. So I started here and all I did was click on one of the assignments that included the peer review. And then I loaded the coursework in a new window, and this is what opened. Gives you some overall statistics of where we are. That's interesting. To have 310 minutes of average time spent per review. You can see the grades, which we've set up to kind of automatically grade, which is awesome. That they've read the instructions, they've handed stuff in. And here it is, we're just kind of working through it all. This student is a fake student. This one right here that shows they've done nothing. Some of these others we're going to have to look into. So you can see the lowest scores are at the end. So I'm just going to head back up, close that up. I can also export the analytics. These were the instructions for submitting. Shows how many participants are active, that the deadline has passed. Notice you can click here to grant extensions. I think I can download the overview. You can see I've made it to the end and I can see who was allowed to turn things in late. It has a red deadline missed list to it. If I click view all, what I get to see is a overview of how all the students did, who handed them in on time, how many they handed in. And then I click this arrow in the upper left to go back. So then the next section is how many have given reviews. It's step 3. It's 60% of the grade. I can show who was reviewing who if I want to, and I can make changes here. These were randomly assigned, I believe. Notice the deadline has passed. Again, I have the student name list here, and it shows they're completing review average rating. Oh, the average rating they've given, I guess. Rated 55% on average. Okay. Notice I'm way at the end of the list again. And at the end of the list, you'll have the students who did not complete the reviews. And so you'll notice up here, it says the deadline has passed. But if I choose one of these students and click grant extension, I can search for the student's name and give them a deadline, a new deadline to get it done, which is cool. I'm actually not going to do that because this isn't my class. Section 4 is, have they received their reviews? And if you required it, did they do reviewer ratings? So they have 6 days left in this case. You can tell we're kind of right in the middle of this. It looks like about half the class is finished. There are still 60 people participating. Notice they're all completed here to begin with, and that's because we're at the beginning of the list. Let's just go look at the end. So you can see some of these are almost finished, and they haven't spent a great deal of time on it yet. So they haven't clicked through all the things, and some have not yet looked, but they have 6 days left. And then the next step you'll notice is grades. I can publish the grades or schedule a publish date. We have this set up to pretty much automatically grade everybody. So their names are here. Here's the parts that we had graded. Notice this arrow. This lets you see the rest of the list. And these are the things I think we've actually given them points for. And these, the PP, we're pretty sure means percentage points. So the overall grade is given in percentages. And down here, I can click through the students to see kind of where they are. When I publish grades, it will push them to Canvas, and it will take that percentage and apply it to the total points I've given that assignment. So they'll get 100% or 80% of however many points we made it worth. So this is pretty cool. One of the other things you can do is in the upper right, if you click the three dots, you can um, uh, adjust some things. There's also a little box to make it full screen if you'd like to do that, or you can edit the assignment, which is just the instructions and how things are graded. This is just sort of an overview and how to grant extensions. I hope that helps for when you're going through your FeedbackFruits peer review.